Hello, 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 hello. I'll wait for some more people to come in. It ain't messy today. I told you I will be getting back to my regular scheduled programming, and it's not talking about some of these folks over here. So it won't be real crowded today because it's not messy. However, I am going to talk about some stuff though that I think is deep. And I don't know who follows Tasha K and Storm Monroe, and you got Jaguar Wright and Cardi B. So that's what I'm going to talk about today. So I'll let a few more people come in here. Again, it's not messy, so I'm sure you won't, stick around. It's not mess today. Uh-oh. Oh, it's tough getting up here, coming down here every day. I don't see how I could do it every day. So we'll wait for some more people. This won't be long, but I'm gonna talk about dark money. Dark money. Who's behind a lot of things that go on YouTube with content creators? Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm gonna stop that. This not gonna be long. It ain't messy, so I don't expect hundreds of people to flock in here. But what I do want to talk about, and I wish I could do an upload. I'm gonna learn how to do these uploads, and I won't have to come on camera. I want to talk about dark money behind the scenes. I know I often tell you about a puppet master. It's someone behind the scenes pulling the strings, and most of the time, they are people with money. People with money that control some of these people, and they pay for them to go after certain people and to do certain things, and they will pay. It's called dark money to me, dark money. So I was watching Tasha K last night. She came on and she was talking about the production she got going on with Jaguar Wright. Now, Jaguar Wright, Storm Monroe did an interview, and then Tasha K did an interview. Now, back in November, I don't know if people follow this and they remember, Storm Monroe and Tasha K supposedly had broken up. But I started watching this real closely. And if you follow them, I want you to listen real closely because I think I'm on to something. Now, Tasha K had pitched the ball to Storm Monroe because that's her mentee, right? So she gave him, I believe, the Jaguar Wright interview. Now, when Jaguar Wright interviewed with Storm Monroe, she just spilled everything about the industry. Hey, Lisa J, good morning, baby. Thanks for stopping by. She spilled all the tea. Now, I didn't mind Jaguar Wright talking about the abuse that she had suffered in the industry, but she started divulging more information about other celebrities. And she went as far as to say that she's being set up and that uh, Clive Davis. Now, remember, I told you the puppet and the puppet masters. Now, Clive Davis to me is a puppet master. She started talking about him. So I knew she was getting in deep when she started spilling this tea on Mary J. Blige, Common, Puff Daddy, and numerous people, and about sleeping with each other in the industry, the abuse that she has suffered, that other artists suffered, and that brought me to think about Raz B. Hey, Miss Hoggs, long time no see. Happy New Year. It brought me to, I started thinking about Raz B because Raz B was out here in 2019 spilling the tea about the abuse he had suffered, the sexual abuse. See, and nobody like to talk about that when it comes to men. And we have to be real. We have to talk about it. Men are abused as well as women sexually. So he was saying how Chris Stokes had sexual relationships with him, had penetrated him, and had him and some of the other artists in his little group have sexual relationships and everything. Everybody wanted to deem this boy crazy, and they tried to dismiss him of what he was saying. But I believed him. I believed that this was some trauma that he was suffering, that he wanted to let out so he could live his life. It had been haunting him for years, and he was afraid to come out. And I'm saying that because I'm going to take you on this journey where, to me, it ties in with what's going on with Jaguar Wright, Tasha K, and Storm Monroe, and all those other people. And that's why I call it the dark money. Now, Raz B wanted to tell his story. So somehow they silenced him. So he went back into hiding, because no one wants to listen. No one wants to believe that in that industry, that wicked industry, that this stuff goes on. But there's a lot of people who believe it. Now, I believe it for one. I believe that to me, there's rituals, there's things that you have to do to get in the industry. And as you climb the ladder of success in the industry, is other things that you have to do. I believe that. And I believe that this abuse takes place. So Raz B wanted to talk about it. So now he's back out in 2021 talking about Chris Stokes again, and how he suffered abuse at the hands of Chris Stokes, him and his other Raz B, and I think they were B2K. I think they were B2K, if I'm not mistaken. But how they suffered the abuse, with Chris Stokes. Now, the reason why I'm saying that is because Storm Monroe had took on a project, and I noticed he digging real deep into child stars and child celebrities being abused by these older people with money, the promises being made, the favors that they have to do to make sure they get in the industry or get in Hollywood, right? So he did one on Rovia Carrington, and he was telling how they sexually abused him, how they sexually abused him. So Storm Monroe believes this, and he has been allowing people to come on his platform to tell their story and expose the industry. Now, he started that back in like October or November. Now, I want you to follow me, because this is where I'm going to bring him and Tasha K in. So they pitched this ball to him, I believe. Tasha might have got the story. And because Jaguar Wright wanted to expose the industry, she didn't want that to happen. She threw it to Storm. Storm got 1 point something million, and it may be more, views off of that interview with Jaguar Wright exposing everybody, right? Dark money behind the scenes. Okay, they didn't want that to happen. So what they did is they call, I believe, this is just me putting together pieces. They call Tasha K. Say, hey, listen, that's not what we wanted to happen. He allowed her to say all that stuff and expose these people. She treading on dangerous grounds now, and so is he. Speaking of Storm Monroe, when I say he. So what she did was she came behind Storm and she interviewed Jag. Now, she says she know Jag was lying. And so she interviewed Jag, and she tried to allow Jag to say what she want, but she tried to question everything that she said, especially when it came to Alicia Keys and Clive Davis. Remember, the puppet master, Clive Davis, owns the industry. And allegedly, he's involved in all this sexual predator garbage. So that's allegedly, from rumors, just from what you hear. But I could believe someone is the mastermind behind Tasha K going after Jaguar Wright. So when they think Storm didn't do a good job at it. And he allowed Jaguar Wright to expose these people. Thank you, Kimmy Kim 75. They didn't like that shit. They said, oh, no, no, no. We got to shut this down. We got to shut this down some kind of way. So I believe him and Tasha K went behind the scenes. And I want you to check this out. He's exposing them. She's trying to prevent him from exposing them because the money machine behind her is telling her to shut that shit down. But so they don't see eye to eye because he's into exposing the industry now. And you know, he had a couple of people on his platform exposing the dark industry. And they don't like that. So what they did was, I believe, allegedly, this is just me from following them, they offered Tasha K the big dough to go after Jaguar Wright. So now Storm see this shit. Storm is like, nah, she stepped on my interview, you know, and I'm sure they talked behind the scenes, something ain't right, and he let it go, and Tasha picks up the ball. But here's my thinking, and I'll tell you why I think like this. I believe they put dark money behind Tasha K to go after Jaguar Wright. And the reason why I believe that is because she's going so hard after Jag. And yesterday when she had her little wino podcast, you know, finally she's releasing this documentary she did on surviving Jaguar Wright, where she visited this girl exchange, you know, exchange family, you know what I'm saying? Her family who she don't mess with shit. I can't get it out. She visited the family, she visited the son, the ex-husband, I believe the sister, and probably some more folks. Now, that costs money. A production costs money, right? So now all of a sudden, she has this money behind her. You could see where she stepped up. And hey, I ain't mad and I ain't hating, but I'm just showing you, let's look at some of this, you know, this evolving. She's evolved quite a bit, and there's some money behind this somewhere. This is just me. So I believe they done paid Tasha K to go after Jaguar Wright because she exposing the industry. So she done got money to fly all over the world or wherever the country to hunt down these people to do this documentary on Jaguar Wright. And my thing is, why is she coming so hard at Jag? Right? Because you said you knew she was lying, you didn't believe her, and you tried to dismiss and you tried to discredit everything this girl was saying. You purposely did that after you let Storm Monroe do an interview. You figured it wasn't good enough. Somebody told you you need to go in there and discredit this girl, and now you're after her. You're after her, and somebody is putting money. There's a money machine out behind you, TK. And I'm just saying, I ain't mad at you. I ain't mad at you, but I'm calling what I see. There's a money machine behind you, and they sent you to destroy Jaguar Wright. Now you claim you did this whole production. You have your lawyers set up. If anybody used any of your footage, you're not saying anything. Your lawyers already have the paperwork where they'll go after them and sue them, not just strike their page if they use any of your content regarding this Jaguar Wright production. You said you have been working on it for a long time. And I find that very strange that you have been working on this documentary, Surviving Jaguar Wright, for a long time when you just had interactions with her in November. I believe it could have been November and December. Now, all of a sudden, you have been working on it, and it's this serious production, and you going after Jaguar Wright heavy, girl. You going after her real heavy. And I believe, like I said, This is my belief. This is me watching Storm My Road. Jaguar Wright. She has a channel, Jaguar Wright Johnson. She on YouTube now. Surviving Tasha K. You got Nosy Ho involved. You got so many people. Cup of Tea. Chocolate Babe does videos on it. So it's numerous people that's following the story. But it's just so strange to me. Tasha K done evolved like this, and she's going so hard after Jaguar Wright, after Jaguar Wright exposed people in the industry. Now, people know that Tasha K is a master at what she does. So they know that. And they know when it comes to this YouTube, and they know she's a YouTube celebrity, a celebrity YouTuber, they knew right where to go. And now she's trying to shred Jaguar Wright to pieces. And that's why I believe that her and Storm had a little rift in their relationship, because he's trying to expose the people and she's trying to protect the people. And that those two don't go together. One is trying to expose the people and the other is trying to protect. And so everyone looks at Jaguar Wright as being crazy and Raz B as being crazy. Anytime someone speak out against the industry or Hollywood, though that industry, the music industry, they're crazy or something happened to. Now, I can say that I believe that, I don't know if it's from trauma or from whatever, I believe something is wrong with Jaguar Wright because I watched the way she moved, but I do believe Jaguar Wright it was telling truth, and she may have had some lies to it. She do the same thing Tasha K does, embellish. Now, embellish two ways. You straight out lie, you embellishing line, or you embellishing to put drama to whatever story you telling. However you look at it, it is what it is. But I do believe that there's some dark money behind Tasha K. Just look at Tasha K's transition. Look how she's flying from place to place just to destroy Jaguar Wright. Somebody is paying Tasha K to do their dirty work. And I hate to say it, but there's always puppet masters pulling the strings, and they always use our own people to destroy us because they know money moves us. They using Tasha K to destroy Jaguar Wright and to discredit her and to make Jaguar Wright look like she crazy. So what did she do? She went and visited this girl's ex-husband, and he's not going to speak highly of her because they all estranged. The son, and I believe the sister, and who else, I don't know. But they sent Tasha K after her because she came down here to tell the truth about this wicked, dark industry. And it didn't go the way they planned. Storm My Row, big ups to you. You have been letting people use your platform to expose the industry. The industry is dark, demonic, and wicked. That's just what I believe. And I believe that him and Tasha K clashed when he allowed Jaguar Wright to do that. That's not the way they wanted it to go. So she took on the story herself to try to discredit Jaguar Wright and everything she was saying about those people. Now, there's no doubt in my mind that Jaguar Wright lied. There's no doubt in my mind. But did she lie because she wanted her story to be more believable? Because she already knew they wasn't going to believe her? So she started dropping names now. I have a problem with that, Jaguar Wright. You should have stuck to what happened to you. You start putting other people in and spilling their tea, and you start labeling them. Mary J. Blige, and you had Diddy, you had Common, you had Alicia Keys, you just start spilling tea on everyone. I don't think that was right. You should have told what happened with you, and you should have stuck to you. And being that you didn't do that, and let me tell you something, I know TK is pretty good out here. She has sources, and I believe her sources or whomever got to her and say, hey, listen, I need you to go after Jaguar Wright and destroy her. and I'm putting this money behind you. And that's what I believe is happening, because she's too adamant about discrediting this girl and destroying her. And then Tasha K also mentioned when she was on the phone and she recorded it, I thought that was pretty strange. You just pick up this phone call and you start recording Jaguar Wright live, her talking to you live. See, it all sounds like a setup to me. Yeah, this is a setup. And like I said, when Storm saw his ass was in too deep and he wasn't going in the direction he wanted to go in, he backed out. He backed out. And that caused a rift with him and Tasha K. So they just let Tasha K handle Jaguar Wright. And now she's on here on her YouTube channel she's trying to defame Tasha. And she's trying to tell y'all, hey, listen, somebody is paying Tasha to go after me. But because she's all over the place, and because people always deem other people who wants to expose the industry, they deem them crazy. And they do that so they could discredit them. Hey, Kimberly and Kim, exclusively me, hello. They always deem these people crazy. They deem Raz B crazy. They deemed Jaguar Wright crazy because they telling their story. They talked about that little boy Rovier Carrington when he said that they were sexually abusing him. They talked about him and they said he was crazy. So everybody who wants to expose the industry become crazy. And then they start painting them in the bad light so we could think they crazy and not believe their stories. But I believe their story. I believe some of the stuff that they say. And I believe that is a money machine behind Tasha K and her actions. Now, it's strange to me. She wanted us to pay $15.99 to join her Patreon. I'm not paying no goddamn $15.99 to see no gossip. These people not that relevant in my life that I'm gonna pay. Now I like entertainment and I want to see some of it, but it's not to the fact that I'm gonna pay you $15.99, $5.99. I'm not going to pay a dime. You either do it free on YouTube or you don't do it at all. This is where you started, Tasha K. We shouldn't have to pay for that. But she claimed this was a private showing and flock on over there. Right, Kanye West. There's another one. Thank you, baby. Kanye West. Now he's crazy. Now, and I know these people do antics, you guys, because the pressure is probably on them so deep that it is driving them somewhat crazy or causing them to have some type of mental instability. But I don't view them as crazy, but I believe the industry have driven them crazy. You know? Not crazy like that. Oh, they just crazy out here making up all kinds of stories. No. I believe that the industry has caused them some mental instability. But I'm not going to deem all these people crazy. I believe they trying to expose the industry and people are shutting them down. And that's what I think is happening here. So Kim75 said she watched part 1 on Patreon last night. Kim, I wasn't going to pay for it. I'll wait for her to bring it out. But my thing is, why would you try to go after this woman like this? When she came on your platform, calling herself, telling you about what was going on in her life and the industry, I don't know why you would go so hard at her. That's what I'm trying to figure out. The only reason why I believe you going hard at her is because you got to pay the piper. You have to do what you was contracted to do, unless your shit gonna go down the tube. See, when those people start controlling you and you sign that contract, I call it a contract, and you sign that contract and you don't fulfill that contract, everything they have given you, they can strip away. And you know that. And you like the lifestyle you live in. Most people start liking the lifestyle, the big houses, the fancy cars, the traveling, the money, whatever they, put the money into, they do it with the money. I don't know. But whatever they do, they start liking that lifestyle. See, and what happens is when you don't fulfill these contracts, they cut you off at the knees and they'll take you back down to ground zero. Because I'm watching. Now, I know YouTube pays a lot. And like I said, she has sponsors behind her and stuff like that. And she has the Wino, the podcast. She has the Unwind with Tasha K. She got a lot of iron in the fires, and her husband production company. And I'm gonna talk a little bit about that because there's some strange shit too. See, I follow these people. I don't just stay in this little sector. I go out and about. This is strange, but her husband has this big production company, and they now calls it Kibi Production LLC, and they pushing this. So somebody's paying for all that. Somebody's paying for this big fancy lifestyle now. The makeup artist, the housekeeper. Now you make money on YouTube, no doubt. It's people who knock down millions off of YouTube, but they have millions of subscribers, millions of views on each video they make. Within an hour or two, they have million views. So the money could be made here, but I think is dark money behind Tasha K. That's a driving force for her now. I think that's her driving force. I think Jaguar Wright made a mistake by exposing the industry and exposing people who have money, big money. You can't fight with some of these forces. I told you, some battles ain't yours to fight. It was nice if she would have came on television. Came on Storm and just told a little about her music background, some things she faced. But to start dropping names, now you got everybody looking at these people you done dropped names on, and now you're making them look bad. Even if they was or they are doing some of these activities behind the scene, is not your place, Jaguar, to bring it to the forefront. And that's why they on you heavy. And my belief is that they will not stop until they destroy you. They're going to put as much as money they need to destroy you. And Tasha K is making it her mission to destroy you because, for one, I believe she's getting paid that dark money. And two, she said you and someone else plotted to take down her channel. Now, that's what she said. You plotted with someone else to take down her channel. And that could be the reason why she's coming after you so hard. But I believe is more to it. Just like her and Cardi B. Someone sent her to go after Cardi B really, really hard. Oh, Kim said, hold on. She said she felt foolish paying that $15. Been listening to your financial video, and I'm trying to be more resourceful with my coins. Okay, Kim. Yeah, we gonna get into that tomorrow. The investments. I want you guys, hold on, Kim, because I don't want you to leave. But anywho, so I believe they going after Jaguar. Now, let's talk about this, and then I'll wrap this up because I don't have much to say. But I'm watching Tasha K. I'm watching Raz B. I'm watching Storm Monroe. I'm watching Jaguar Wright. I'm watching Nosy Ho. I'm watching Toxic Diamond. I'm watching a lot of people who somewhat involved in Tasha K, following Tasha K. Tasha K was on Nosy Ho. There's a video over there on Nosy Ho with her, Jaguar Wright, and Tasha K. Tasha K, Jaguar Wright, and Nosy Ho. She pops on Nosy Ho's channel and start talking to Jaguar Wright. So there's a lot going on there, you guys. But watch this. You know how people say that she's the Wendy Williams of YouTube? I can agree, but we all see what's happening to Wendy Williams. She's the Oprah. I can agree. Look what's happening to Oprah. You guys, let me tell you something. You're not watching very closely if you don't see the mess that Oprah Winfrey's in. Mm-hmm. She's in a mess too. But I ain't here to talk about that. So my thing is Tasha K and Cardi B. What happened with Tasha K and Cardi B? Now, here's the craziest thing. Cardi B was going after Tasha K and Star Marie. All of a sudden, Star Marie is dropped from the lawsuit. Yeah, Cardi B is not going after Star Marie anymore. All of a sudden, she's going after Tasha K and Tasha K's husband production company. So she's trying to destroy Tasha K. She's going after the production company. Now, Tasha K always talk about she has a lot of lawyers and her lawyers are prepared and she has money now. Now we have money. Now we have money. We here. So we can go after anyone that we want. So she sent out major threats yesterday about this Jaguar Wright. If anybody take her material, she means she's suing them. And is this private place you could go to now to get onto her Patreon and all that. She's saying she's big time now. She's telling you, in other words, I didn't have it before, but I have it now. So you muck with me, I'm coming to take your head off. Because this is a big project. She's real protective about this Jaguar Wright thing. Because again, I believe dark money is behind it. And that's just my thought. I will continue to follow the story and watch Tasha K. But she's taking on this different persona, this attitude. She's a little different. She's moving funny now because I think she got money behind her. And I believe that's the motivating factor for her going after Jaguar Wright. That's just my take on it. So she said, hey, Miss T, I heard Cardi B settled with Star Marie. I heard they made a deal for Cardi to drop her case if Star Marie testified against Tasha K and Star agreed. I believe that. I believe that. Now, we talking about the battle of dark money. So now Tasha K has to go ask the Jaguar Wright and get that money good going there. Whoever paying her to do whatever, you know, she has to get it good because Cardi B is coming after her ass now. She coming after her strong. She's coming after her husband's company. She done dropped the charges. Like they said, she settled. So 4C said she just settled. She settled with Star Marie. Now she's coming solely after Kibi Productions. Not just Tasha K, Kibi Production, the one who produces Tasha K. So that could take a lot of money. And if that happens and she win, then woo, that's a lot of money Kibi Productions has to pay. So Kibi Production know they in a lawsuit with Cardi B. They know that if they lose, that they gonna have to pay Cardi B money. So they need that dark money. They need that dark money to keep exposing these celebrities, people exposing these celebrities, and they need the dark money to make sure if they lose this lawsuit, they can pay Cardi B. I'm just saying, there's more to this story. You know, I really wish I could do uploads. I'm gonna work on doing uploads because I don't want to come live to talk about this. You know, I'll do an upload and you can watch it. But anywho, so I want to continue to watch them because, like I said, Tasha K is moving kind of different now, man. And not that I don't like her. Hey, I commend the sister. Get it how you can. But a lot of time when dark money come into play, you selling your soul to the devil and you have to pay the piper. And if you don't, everything they offered you or gave you, they will snatch back and bring you to your knees. Remember, those are contracts. Once you sign that contract, you have to fulfill it. And if you don't, then they will take your every being from you. And that's a shame. And people will deem you crazy and don't listen to you. They'll make you look like you crazy and people will stop listening to you. After Tasha K did that video and that live, whatever, that interview with Jaguar Wright, and she discredited that girl, and she really did a poor job of being empathetic, sympathetic, and compassionate with a victim, a person who was saying they were a victim of abuse from the industry. Once she did that, a lot of her subscribers unsubscribe. So she's really after Jaguar Wright for that. She really is. And she, in her mind, says she's going to make it her business to destroy Jaguar Wright. Like I said, Jaguar Wright has Surviving Tasha K, and Tasha K has a documentary coming out, Surviving Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright has a channel on here. So, but now she's moving around and people think she's crazy. So that's it. But that's it for that. But now let's talk investments, because Kim said about investments. I'm going to talk investments and then I'm leaving. I don't have much to say. So I was telling my sister Queen Diva about the AM stock, and yesterday she invested in AM stock and she was very happy because I also uploaded or shared, I shared a video of the Come Up series, and they had a panel on there telling you about stocks, what they believe is going to hit and why. It's called the what and the why. You predict the stock and then you break down why. And they broke down AMD. The people who predicted AMD told us exactly why, and they can explain it better than me. So if you take a minute, please watch that video that I shared of the Come Up series, because they talking about AMD and why AMD will be the leading microprocessor, CPU, and graphic design chip, and why it's important to invest in it. And Diva, once she watched it, she understood it more and she was very happy. So like I told you, we need to watch and follow those stocks because they are the motor. In other words, their application is the driving force of the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. They're the underlying driving force, and that's why they will become powerful, because that cryptocurrency will not be able to work without the underlying applications. And that happened to be Intel, um, and AMD, Nvidia, and some other ones. Nvidia is pretty high to buy. That's why I'm telling you to go ahead and buy AMD. It's a little cheaper. I think it's $100 now. I believe, let me check, is at $100. Please, people, don't allow this mess and this drama make you miss money, investment, creating wealth for yourself. Check out that video. Check out those brothers. Check out those people to Come Up serious, Wall Street Trapper, and Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Living Leisure, something. Easy Learning Leisure, one of those. I put it up there. I don't know. I just watched them when they pop up. Earn Your Leisure. Earn Your Leisure. I watch them when they pop up. But I'm about to take a look and see what AMD is doing today. Yesterday it closed at $95, I believe, or it closed lower. Let's see. I told you Robinhood was an easy application. It's an easy application to use. If you don't understand it, ask someone. So let's see. Let's see. AMD. I got AMD on my watch list. XP ain't doing all that great, but AMD. Ford is coming up too. You just have to follow these investments. Let's see what AMD stock is, and then we'll get ready to get out of here. AMD. AMD stock. Let's see what the price for it. Advanced Micro Devices is currently trading at $89.81. It's currently trading at $89.81. So you still could get in. You still could get in if you have a couple of $100 laying around. You still could get in, and you guys need to please get in so you can create generational wealth. Get in. If you have grandchildren, buy them stocks instead of Jordans. Buy the stocks in Jordans. Buy them stocks instead of these games. Buy the chip stock that goes in the game. It'll go a long way. And you have to remember, with stocks, you're looking at 10 to 20 years for profit. Not saying you don't profit throughout the growth of the stock, because you know you can always sell anytime and pull out. But the growth period where you see the most profit at is in 10 to 20 years. So if you have a grandbaby 3 and you brought them AMD 5 shares of AMD, you invest $500. When they become 18, 15 more years later, 15 years later, is a strong possibility you have set them on their way. Look at Tesla. Look at Bitcoin. They all started low too, you guys. You just have to get in there and hang in there. The market becomes volatile at some time, very bullish. You have to watch it, but don't waver. Just let the money sit there and grow. We have to be wiser. We spend a lot of money on a lot of junk, but we need to make sure that we're investing in ourselves. Good morning. Lifestyle over integrity. I will take integrity. Oh, exactly. When you talk about people, money sell. Let me tell you something. Money will make you sell your soul, but it's in the Bible. For the love of money is the root of all evil. Didn't say money. It says for the love of money. And a lot of us love money. We know we need money to, to function, but a lot of us love it. We get in love with it. And then we start creating this lifestyle, and then we have to live this lifestyle. So we'll do anything for money. And that's when you, what I'm trying to say, not jeopardize. That's when you sacrifice your integrity. Thank you. Thank you, Holy Spirit. That's when you sacrifice your integrity. So Kim, check out the video. I put it there. Angela Harrell, check out that video. I don't know if you hear, but I know you normally watch the replay. Donna Hughes, Queen Diva, Sephora, you guys check out the video. They are telling you the reason why they predict. They predict it, and then they say the why. And they say why, and they start breaking it down to you why they predict these stocks to be good hitters, big hitters. Okay, so make sure you do that. I come down here, I talk a little mess, I watch a little mess, but when it comes to business, I'm all about my business, and you should be all about your business as well. So I didn't have much to say. I'm going to keep an eye on this Tasha K thing. Tasha, I know there's something else going on, sis. I know. I have that keen eye. I do. I'm very observant. I notice how you switch and you change, and I know how all of a sudden you just want to take Jaguar head off. And how you have all these sources, even though you never show receipts on your sources, you be on point. So I know someone with dark money is feeding you this information. I know that. Doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out how you evolved. And now you have all these sources telling you these people business. So that lets y'all know that somebody's bigger behind Tasha K, just like they was behind Wendy Williams and anyone else that was spilling dirt on people. There's a bigger force behind that. Yep. Oh yeah, Donna Hughes, you got to get that one. Make sure you watch that video. AMD, if you don't watch the whole thing, watch when the people predict why they are investing in AMD. And no matter how these people look, they are investors and they know the game. You convinced me to invest, and I spoke to my brother and I convinced him to invest too, based off your speech. No, you know what? I'm telling you, I always tell you I'm not a financial advisor or investor, but when something gets so deep in my spirit and I kind of watch it and follow, I come on here and let y'all know. I know if you listen, even if that stock falls, even if that stock falls, you bought it for $100 and you have $500, you bought it for $500 and that stock rise like Tesla. And I'm going to tell y'all about XP. I'll tell you about that. But that stock rise like Tesla to 800 and something else. You have more than 100% return on your money. You can pull, you could sell anytime. You could pull your money out. You could pull that money, that residual out. No, I didn't mean residual. You can pull that I didn't mean residual. No, you could keep what you started off with and invest in something else, and you could take the money you made. I can't think of the word. Y'all know sometimes I be having brain fart, but you could take that money and reinvest in something else, but you could leave the money you started out and invest again. Now Tesla is up. Y'all remember when Tesla split? What happens is when the stock gets so big and they know its growth, it still have potential to grow, and it's like, is at like 2 or 3, they will split the stock and start it all over. So if AMD get up to $1,000 a share, you have made well over your $500 because you actually have, it depends on how you do it, you actually have 5 stocks. 5 shares, 5 shares. So you have made your money, your gains. Thank you, Donna Hughes. That's why y'all here to help me out. Your gains. You can always take your gains out and trade. Take your money out. But you, like I said, 15 years. This, you got to remember, and I keep saying this. I know you say, oh, she say the same thing, because I want you to look at the logic when when we talk about trading and buying different stocks and why these stocks go hit. Because for one, we got to remember we're going into cryptocurrency. I was told the other day, and I need to fact check this, and Donna Hughes, maybe you or someone in here knows, that they stopped printing money in 2016. They stopped printing money. Now, if you look at it, around that time, we start moving closer and closer to cryptocurrency. That's when Bitcoin came out, right? 2016. So they already knew that they had stopped printing money. I didn't know they stopped printing money. I do know that we're going to a cashless society. I have went into stores and there was no coins available, and everybody asking you to use your debit card. And remember, that debit card has that microchip. That microchip is AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, one of those. They tell you AMD has now partnered with Microsoft and other companies, because that's how strong they think this stock is going to be. They think this is going to be the ultimate chip, even though I read yesterday when I was researching that Intel is making a strong comeback. They just predict AMD to supersede Intel. And right now, Intel and NVIDIA are the 2 biggest chips out there. But remember, that's just common sense. We go into a cashless society. How are we going to be able to purchase things? By that little chip in your ATM card. Simple. That's a little chip in there. They said insert your chip, right? That's what it says. Insert your card, and it says reading your chip. So what chip is that? It got to be NVIDIA, Intel, AMD eventually. You know what I'm saying? Donahue said I'm pretty accurate. I'm not telling you something I don't know because I researched it. And anytime I do research, and Warren Buffett, and you got the Elon Musk, remember he's behind some of this, billionaires, Steve Jobs and all those people. What's that guy? All those people. I know Steve Jobs is dead, but you know what I'm saying. Anytime you see money like that, that little Facebook, that Mark guy, Zuckerberg, whenever you see them talk about certain stocks that's in their portfolio, you need to follow suit. See, they're billionaires. So something they did was right. Some type of investment they made was right. But see, people don't know. People don't want to hear this because there's some good teaching, it's good information, but they not gonna flock to this. That's okay. Because I always say to myself, hey, listen, the ones who there are the ones who need to hear it or who want to hear it. I'm telling you, get on your grind. Invest your money. Invest your money. Tesla is now $800. I thought it was at 3K. Well, when it was at 3K, Sephora, that's when the stock broke and they took it back down. So people more people could invest in it. See, those people make a prediction of like 3.5 billion, 3 point something million that this stock is valued at before it even hits the IPO. And so they know Tesla had went to 3K. You said it was at 3K. And yes, it's split. It's called the split. They split it so they lower the price so people could they can buy more shares. And that's because they have a prediction before they release the IPO. That's when the big investors start investing in it, right? Before they release it to us. So they have a prediction that is going to be like, how can I say that? The gains may be 200 to 300,000%, 4 to 500,000%. So that's well over 100%. You know that, right? So that's a big gain. That's a big capital gain. That's a gain. So when they make that prediction, when they sitting around that table that we not invited to, and they about to release this, they make that prediction. And so that's why when shares go up so high like that, they go ahead and split them and bring them back down so more people could buy into it. Because it's just all your money, really. They're just playing with our money, but we can make our own money and play with our own money if we learn how to play with our money. There you go. There you go. Good. Donna Hughes, you so on it. Money is largely transferred around electronically. Right. There's no paper money. Believe it. There won't be any paper money. That's why I said, please get your credit together and invest and watch what happens. Stay abreast to what happened, no matter what happens here on this YouTube streets. I know we like the entertainment. I know we like some of the mess, but please make sure you know what's going on in the real world. We will end up super duper poor if we don't get ourselves together and invest. We will be the bottom of the barrel. And that's just a fact, you guys, because they play the money game. We don't know how. So we need to learn how to play the money game. Okay. I appreciate that. Thank you, Sephora. And now all of a sudden, coin short. That's what I'm saying. We moving it around, just like Donahue say. Money is largely being transferred around electronically. That's why I told you we need to see that chip. We need to know more about that chip. It's the motor. It's the motor to all this currency, this cryptocurrency, this electronic currency. Remember, that chip holds a whole lot of weight. Like Amazon just did. Amazon just split, Donna? Okay, Amazon just split. I'm going to look that up, Donna. Boy. Oh, okay. See, when it gets too high, it splits. Thank you, Donna. Amazon just split. And you said Tesla. We know Tesla split. So we know that. So we have to look. So here's something you can do. If you don't have a lot of money, because a lot of us don't have a lot of money laying around, but we may have a couple of coins and savings or whatever. This is what you do. You go in there and you look up cryptocurrency, and you look up the applications to cryptocurrency. Look and see what does Bitcoin entails, what cryptocurrency, and you look that up, and then you go in and you look at stocks that's under $50. And some of those stocks are under $50. Those artificial intelligence stocks are under $50, and you just buy a couple of them. Buy a couple of them at $10 and just see what they do. You never know. You never know, because a lot of this stock starts out low, you guys. It don't start out like what we seeing. It did start out $80, $100. If it was, they knew that it was predicted to be a big hit, then sometime they started out at $100 and something a share. But a lot of these shares, a lot of these stocks you could buy for cheap. So catch it while it's cheap and let it grow. It's just like planting a seed, watering it, and walking away. And every time you go back, the seed is bigger and bigger and bigger. The plant, not the seed, baby. The plant or whatever, the flower, the tree or whatever it is bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And then it gets so big, you know, that you have to cut it down and let it start over again. So just look at it like that. I don't know if that was a good analogy. Like Amazon, Sephora C, Donna Hughes, Amazon split to get more investors. I know it's still high though. Is it? Depending on how much dinero you have. Oh, is it? But see, that's what happens. It splits so it could get more investors. Because they predicting it. They making a prediction that it'd be in the billions or millions and they all will make money. So why can't we be in it? Why can't we make money? It was about 3 or 4 months ago that Amazon finally split. Yeah, I haven't been following it because I look at those stocks and I guess I really don't follow them because they really too high for me to purchase. You know, now I'm sure a lot of us have 401ks or some type of investments we have, and you can pull out your investment now. Now, I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not telling you to do this. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you how to spend your money. But right now, if you wanted to take a couple of thousands out, you know, and just take, you know, invest, if you could stand it, you won't be penalized for it. I think as long as you reinvest something, you're not penalized anyway. Donna, is that correct? Yeah. Because it seemed like you on top of your stuff, Donna. So me and you vibing today, baby. I think you could take the money out and won't be penalized. That's a good analogy. Thank you, Donna. You won't be penalized. You guys, let's be money wise. I'm gonna get ready to get off here. You know, I'm only on here for an hour. And like I told you guys, I know yesterday I came down here and I showed my butt a little bit, but you know, my main focus here is to inspire, uplift, educate, mentor if needed, inform, and turn dust into diamonds. It's not my job to come down here and try to destroy anyone, especially my people. I'm not, you know, I'm not going to do that. So that was yesterday. I was doing a couple of, you know, I was twerking a little bit down here, but I'm back. My main focus now is to bring investments here. You know, let's try to get together and come here and talk about investments. But I've been watching Tasha K, and I wanted to talk a little bit about that today. So yeah, Tasha K, something ain't going on. I always say is dark money behind some of this thing. I'm thinking of investing 5K. So Sephora, remember that $3,000 a Birkin bag you was gonna buy? I didn't forget from last week. Listen, go sit down and talk to someone about it and see if you can invest more. And you know, these people know. You know what we need to do? And please don't take this wrong, but I believe in these brothers and these sisters over here doing their thing when it comes to investment to come up serious, you know, earn your leisure and wolf trap. And, you know, as a young black guy, I believe in those people. Those people are learning the game. But I also believe that sometimes Caucasians love for you to pick their brain. They love for you to pick their brain. Sometimes you need to go and find other people, go outside your circle and ask about investments and how do they invest and why do they invest. So they'll tell you. We have to go and research. We have to sometimes seek people out to help us out. And there's nothing wrong with that. See, I know I asked somebody to please help me do stock options so I could take a little money, get me a little lease and stock option and see how that works. I asked somebody to come back here and help me. I didn't get any help from anyone. Oh, I don't know about taking it out to reinvest in stocks, but to reinvest in another 401, etc. is fine. Oh, okay, Donna, I got you. And Roblox, exactly. Tesla, Microsoft, AMD, Google, and Roblox. Roblox, I ain't forgot about Roblox, y'all. They haven't released it yet, so we can see. And soon stocks come out and they do the IPO on them. You know, some investors say don't go right away and buy the stock. They say don't go right away because they want to see how the stock work. You know, they wanted to get acclimated in the market before they buy. Now, that's for people to me who have money. If you don't have a little money, if you don't have a lot of money that you could sit and watch it get acclimated and watch how it go up and down and then you jump in one time, I say buy it low and just hold it. That's what I say. I'm going to make an appointment with my bank and get in on this. Thank you, Sephora C. Thank you. I believe you'll be happy. A great investment. Go for it. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I really don't think, you guys, we can go wrong with some of these investments. But I'm going to get ready to get out of here. I appreciate y'all stopping by. Tomorrow, I don't know if I'll be here, you guys. If I don't have anything to share or anything really to talk about, if I find any more investments, I'll go ahead and do some research today and see what's going on. But please take a minute to watch the video that I shared yesterday from the Come Up series, because those people will break it down a little more. Donna Hughes, thanks for your help today. You really jumped in here and helped me out. And you right about it. I'm not going to tell you guys anything wrong. I don't claim to be no investor or nothing, or nothing of the sort. I'm just telling you what I'm learning. I'm teaching you what I learned. Is people in here already know it. We're vibing about it. So I'm not leading you astray. But don't ever take my word for 100%. Research for yourself, okay? With that, I'm about to get out of here. So you guys, I'm sure you'll be twerking around here in the chat somewhere and on the streets. Remember, don't let this stuff get so in your spirit that you think no, let me put it this way and get ready to get off. Just make sure you guard your energy. Sometimes just guard your energy. I think we have a lot to offer, and I think if we got together and put our heads together and network, that we could be a dynamic force. But because we have the crab in the barrel mentality and we don't want to see each other make it or do better than we are doing, that we don't do a lot of networking and collaboration to make sure that we become, dynamic, or, that we become great and successful. It's hard for people to want success for you when they figure they're not successful. It depends on the mentality of a person. So with that being said, I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. Oh, I don't see my music down here. Somehow I missed my music. Oh. Ooh. I don't even know where my music at. Y'all, Miss T been running her mouth. She don't even know where her music at. Ooh, that's crazy. So I'm gonna get ready to get out of here. I don't know what I did with my music. Damn, I don't see my music in here. It's in here. I just can't find it, you guys, and I'm kind of tired. I can't find my music. What the hell's happening here? That's crazy. I don't know. But I can't find it. But I'm going to get ready to get out of here, you guys. I'm going to get ready to get out of here anyway. Thanks for joining me. I don't know what happened to Miss Steve. Can't find her music. She don't know what happened to it. So, but Donna, make sure you join me back here tomorrow to help. If I come on tomorrow or the day, what's the day? See, I'm more confused with days. I got to go to work. What's the day? I'll play something to get out of here. I'll play my other beat just to get out here. You guys, thanks for joining me. Donna, I hope to see you. I definitely will watch that video, and I'll have my nephew watch. He made a ton. Oh, thank you, Donna. Thank you. Get your nephew to watch, and then please come back here and tell me what you think, okay? So if your king's crown is crooked, help him straighten it up. If your queen's crown is crooked, help her straighten it up. Speak life and wisdom into your princess and your princesses. They are our future. They are our joint heirs. They are expected to inherit something. Hey, butterfly, sorry I missed you, baby. They expected to inherit something. So let's all work together to create generational wealth. It doesn't take much. Make sure you be a blessing and not a bother. It doesn't take much for you to bless someone. A simple hello. Can I hold that door for you? You look beautiful today. I like your smile. Can I buy that cup of coffee? I'll pick up those groceries and put them in your car. Something simple. Something very simple. Just be a blessing to somebody. I can guarantee you, because it's not me, but it's God's word, that He will bless you 10, 20, 100 folds, and sometimes more, 1,000 folds. We're looking at our investments to bless us 1,000 folds. Yeah, that's what we looking for. Butterfly, I'm sorry, sweetheart. I've been missing my morning coffee, Joe, and I love morning coffee, Joe, because I've been sleeping in. I get home kind of late sometimes, and I stay up. It's hard for me to unwind, baby. But Miss Butterfly has a channel, Butterfly Pretty Stay Fly. Join her in her morning coffee, Joe. That's all right. You guys take care. Be safe. I'm out.